Ah! Ah! Look at these absolute nutters. They're the only ones in there. Oh, this takes me back to my first video. Hi, I'm Wayne Webb, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at this 24-70 f4 Nikkor S lens. So we're going to take a walk west down the coastline, see how far my little legs can get me. But I do plan on going all the way over there, somewhere all the way over there. Not that far, just somewhere over there. Yeah, the weather's not the best. As soon as I stepped out my door, it was raining. And I almost made a different video on how important it is to check your gear. So I got 10 minutes down the coast and realised I was packing my 50mm lens. Alright, let's go. I hate this hill with every fibre of my being. I hate this hill. But I do have to say, once you put the effort in, especially if you're unfit like me, you put the effort in, you end up with a view that is pretty spectacular. Can't moan, out of breath, in awe. I don't want to hark on about the specs of this lens a lot. That's not my style. I think we've seen that's not my style already. But on its own, you're looking at about £850 here in the UK, which I would say is probably a little much. So if this is your first camera, definitely get it as a kit lens, even though it's not really a kit lens. It's f4 throughout the zoom. It's part of the S lineup and very much worth your money, bought with a kit. It's made with a mixture of plastics and metal mount, obviously very important. Full frame, very important. Fully weather sealed, very important. You're probably going to be using this for landscapes in any kinds of weather. Funny as I just said that, it starts to rain, so here we go again. It's going to be like this all day, on and off, on and off. Time to take cover or get the umbrella out. It is in my bag. Ooh, yeah, nasty. So I just went down a big hill and just come up a big hill. That's why I hate this coast path. I think I'm getting a blister. I'm not used to these boots. I used to wear them every day for work. Yeah, I don't know how much farther I'm going to go, to be honest. But I'll get to a resting point and then we'll have another chat about this lens. Where am I? Yeah, went on the wrong path. I went left instead of going light. A lot more wind up here. I might do a little panorama. This splendid view. Woohoo! Now we're in an old favourite spot of mine. Before I had a car and I was doing astrophotography, I would jump on my electric bicycle and come to this spot and face, shoot anything that was in that direction. No light pollution, unlike this way you got Portland and Weymouth, lights are blaring. So yeah, this was a bit of a nostalgic spot for me. I just recorded this section. I think I keep hitting the record button by inadvertently and stopping the recording, so try this again. So I haven't used the zoom yet. So here we go. Well, I have used the zoom, just not on this video. So there he goes, 24 to 70. So well, this is 24. That's 70. As you can see, there's quite a drop off here. I think I'll keep trying to use this record button as a focus. I don't know why. Let's get nice smooth action on the zoom ring. Nice. It's not too heavy, not too easy. It's too easy, you end up stuttering. So nice smooth action, nice and slow, nice and smooth. Of course it's f4 throughout the zoom range, which is a bit unusual for a kit lens. Again, I don't like calling this a kit lens, it is part of the S lineup. Of course, trying to do video while you're zoomed in at 70mm is a lot more difficult to keep stable. So let's go back up to 24, a lot easier. So the lens doesn't have VR, I am relying on my Z6 body. Now we're entering Teletubby land. And the now familiar sight of cruise ships in the distance. Obviously with the pandemic, no one wants to go on one of those. Although there used to be quite a few more. I can only see this one now, so maybe they are gearing back up. But we'll be happy to see them gone. I think they are ruining the view a bit. Take a quick look behind me. So there's no foreground interest really. I'm not really a landscape photographer, so it's not something I'm familiar with. I know a few basic rules. Let's see if we can find any foreground interest. I sometimes forget I've got this 24 to 70. I've been spoiled by the 50mm f1.8. But sometimes you do need that extra wide angle. So recently that wide shot of the Milky Way I've done. Even at f4, I've got a star tracker, so it's not an issue for me. So is there anything to dislike about this lens? The hood, getting it on and off is, I think it's something that's going to wear in over time. At first it can be a bit fiddly. It's a plastic hood, doesn't bother me, I have it on pretty much all the time. So if I drop the camera, the lens is protected. 72mm filter thread, it's not a bad thing obviously. Some people have an issue with the fact that you have to unlock it. Well, I'll show some B-roll. Before you can use the lens, you have to essentially extend it a little bit. It's not a problem for me, it doesn't bother me whatsoever, but for some it is an issue. So when you zoom in, it does extend the lens, which is fine, unless you want to pay the premium for the f2.8 version, which is £2,000. Yeah, that doesn't extend out, but yeah, you are paying a lot more money. Focus is fast and silent. Wonderful for filmers. No discernible focus breathing as I can tell. It's got a button to switch from autofocus to manual focus. As I said before, the focus ring, even though it's on the small side, it's nice and smooth, good weight to it, not too loose, not too tight. There's not a lot of bad things to say about this lens. Again, I don't really call it a kit lens. Yeah, it does come with the camera as a kit if you want, but it is a premium lens in my eyes. Sorry, I can't help look at the landscape, it's beautiful. Right, it's time to head back I think. I can feel the blisters on my heels already, so it's going to be an interesting, painful walk. See if I get any dare I say, interesting shots on the way back. I need to stop using that word interesting. It's getting boring. I honestly don't know what's worse. Having to walk up that big hill again, or walking on this goddamn terrain. It's gonna hurt, whatever. And the rain's coming. Portland is almost disappeared, or has almost disappeared. We're about to get wet. Ah! Bird! Yeah, I got wet. Very wet. Soaked to the balls. New day. We've had showers. It's dry at the moment with a big rain front coming. And I'm currently on the Rodwell Trail. I used to cycle down it every day. So yeah, expect bicycles. It might be alluring something. There's something I did remember about this trail, this tunnel. What can we get there? Yeah, some interesting textures. Interesting, oh my god. Yeah, some good textures on the wall in there. So hopefully that turned out nice. What a fantastic way to ruin a nice shot. Oh my god, why? Why put that there? Nothing like some tacky graffiti. Lovely. Ah, getting closer to our destination. Now, I'll be the first to admit my landscape photography is pretty horrendous. I just don't think, well, I don't really care about landscape photography. If I'm out somewhere and it's impressive, I'm sure I'll give it a shot, but it's just looks like a snapshot from when I do it. I don't think I'm that interested in it, so shall I stop trying? Of course I won't stop trying. I don't go out of my way to do landscape photography, but of course I'm going to try and get a good shot when I'm out there if I see something that might be worth getting. So I'm hoping there might be something worth getting when we get there. Yeah. And what a sight to behold. This is not my destination. I walked past it. Well, shit. Looks like it's falling apart more than I realised. Don't focus on the fence. Jeez Louise. And that was quite the anticlimax. Oh, I found this mound to climb on. Now, can the zoom? Oh yes, here we go. Advantages of a zoom. Might finally get something that's worthwhile. You thought I was going to say interesting. Yeah, I couldn't drop the angle too low because we'd have that fence in the shot. It's one thing that councils are good at. Putting ugly fences around beautiful things. Well, that was Sandsfoot Gardens, just off the Rodwell Trail. Nice little spot, nice and out of the way. Unless you live here, you don't really know it is here. I love wildlife and nature, but I don't think I'm very good at photographing it, so it's something I need to get better at. Unless the nature is the night sky. I also need to get better at remembering to put the focus back to auto. I don't know if it's this stuff or what, but there's tree pollen on this part of the trail that's absolutely killing my lungs. I never used to have a problem with pollen until about 10 years ago. See, one of my favourite places from here. It's the multi-story. Yeah, quite dull and uninteresting from this position. What is it with me and birds? Pigeons aren't even interesting. Oh, for fuck. Don't really have much to say about this. Bird.